6. Man Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is loose. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 31. Rotate.
Restart OBS. Stand by. We back? We back. Test. 1, 2, 3. Is everybody back live with me? Had to do a restart on the OBS there. It was giving me some issues. The stream probably went to the circle spinning wheel of death, but hopefully it's back. Let me know if you're with me or not here. We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you here again. It's been a few days. I've flown a few Airbuses around. Still waiting on those IE engines. I'm very surprised they didn't release on my last trip, but I got good news for y'all. I want to know about the official, unofficial release date. I can almost guarantee you it's either going to be on Saturday, because I start a stretch of 4-day trips in a row, or middle of next week when I got a trip that I might drop. We'll see. But yeah, still no IE, still waiting on those. But we got the next best thing. We've got the Boeing 747 Queen of the Skies. It's not a 400 or 200, but it's a Dash 8, and it is pretty sweet. Taking a blast from the past here. Evergreen International. I know a couple guys that have flown for this airline. I actually knew one of my closest buddies. We flew Embraers together. He went on to fly at Evergreen, and then after Evergreen he went on to fly at National, and he flew into Gitmo a couple times. He told me a little bit about it. So we're going to replicate as much as we can here, going down to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, it can be a little bit of an interesting approach down there in a 7.4 because you got to not overfly Cuba, you got to stay over the water depending on the winds. You can actually get tailwind waivers for your airframe going in there because they really want you to land from the water side if possible. It's kind of sus. And you have to go VFR basically from one waypoint inbound, so it'd be VFR in a 747-8. When's the last time you've done that? I don't know. It's probably going to be fun, so I'm ready to get this show on the road. Looks like everyone's getting back in here. Kyle Ferris got the GENX sounds. Man, I don't know what sounds I got. Whatever sounds I have, they sound fantastic. They are FT Sim. Don't know what they are. Don't really care to change them because I don't think we have the actual sounds from this particular engine, right? So, I could be a tad louder. I think it was just the music. How about now? I'm pretty much maxed out. I don't know what else I can do to up my volume. Whoa, what do I got? Message Towers 18.3 is online. Miami Tower is online. All right. Anyway, Fractality, good to see you. Aviator Nick, Stephen Harris, Team Vodka. I think Team Vodka's over here in a A3 Hundo back there, looking good. So let's hop into this beautiful 747. I got the textures from More Right Rudder Mike off the Sim Market. Fantastic. I got the dirty beat up texture mod trying to pretend it's an old contract 747-400. So let me real quick before I do that, let me I gotta do this. I gotta close this message off, and yeah, I think we're all good to go now. Yes, we are good to go. We are good to go. This is not the new MIA scenery, Steven. This is the Latin VFR. I don't have I know I love BMW World, man. I think they do great stuff. I have their Fenix. It's my favorite. Like, I mean, well, it's really our only option. But I just didn't want to buy another one. So, like, if AmSim, BMW, AMG World's in the chat and they want to do, you know, send a scenery, I'd love to showcase it for you. But I am, as far as purchasing scenery, I like the Latin VFR one enough. It's not the best. I think Latin VFR, I think their best scenery is Fort Lauderdale. But this one's okay. Gets the job done. We're out in South Florida. The concrete is bright AF. I don't know why that happens. In Florida, the runways, the taxiways, they're blinding white. You'll see the same thing down in Cuba. I don't know if it's the shells and the concrete mixture that they use or whatever it is, but for some reason, the pavement at airports in Florida, South Florida, and you go out into the Caribbean, it's just blinding white. And we've got that replication here today. So passing by to leave my thumbs up. Hey, Gustavo, good to see you, man. Take it easy. Thank you for the thumbs up. We'll see you here on another one, hopefully later on this week. Now, internet is not doing awesome things right now. I've got a few little frame drops in there, so hopefully it'll be watchable. If it becomes an issue, I guess we might just Alt F4. All right, let's go. We got 498 miles of flight time, or a flight, 498 miles of whatever. We got a long flight. Let's get this thing fired up. Here we go. Batteries 1 and 2. So we're going to go here, or I'm sorry, just battery 1. That's the battery. Is that the battery? Yeah, battery is on. We have external power available on 1 and on 2, so we'll get those fired up. With both batteries coming online, I'll make sure we have everything needed here for our overhead lights. Dress set, good to see you. What's up, man? It's designed to reflect the sunlight. Really, Alexander? I mean, it makes it awful to fly around on taxi. Like, if you don't have sunglasses in South Florida and you're trying to fly or take off from an airport down there, it's blinding. It's absolutely blinding. Okay, anti-panel, everything looks good here. We're going to keep that off. Those lights stay off. We're going to run our way up the panel here. We'll call all the way up to the top. Let's go ahead and do emergency exit lights. We'll arm those. We'll close that switch. We'll get the ADERs into nav now that the airplane is pretty much powered up. We'll get these over 1, 2, and 3. Coming down the right-hand side, that's in op for right now. This is all off right now. We don't have any engine bleeds. We get our nav lights on, and we don't need the logo lights because it's daytime, but we'll turn them on anyway. To be fair, you should be wearing... yeah, exactly, Steven. I mean, I always wear sunglasses, but I mean, those rare instances where you may not have sunglasses, Florida's the worst place to do it. Voice is low or only me? Why would voice be low? Yeah, it does seem low. I can see it on the output. Hold on. Well, you know what we can do is, that is bizarre that it's so low. Testing, That's weird though. That's all the way up. What I'll do is I'll just turn the sim way down. How's that? I'll turn the sim way down. So hopefully my voice sounds better. No, mic position's in the same spot it's always been at. Hopefully this mic is not a poo-poo mic. It's a different mic. I used to use the Blue Yeti. But that one started cracking on me. Do I wear polarized sunglasses? No, I do not. I do not wear polarized sunglasses. All right, down to the box. Here we go. Let's do a pause in it. We're 747-8. We're going to load in our KMIA in the ref airport, but we'll take our GPS position, which we'll take this one right here. We'll set it here, and we'll go to the route page, and then I'm going to do a route request. Let's see if we can pull it from SimBrief. Do the VATSIM Classic and just shove the mic down your throat? Oh my gosh, Steven. I know, right? All right, route uplink ready. We're going to load. Boom. Execute. That is done. Once that's done, we'll kind of finish this, and then we will do our... actually, you know what? We need to go to the menu, and we're going to do the SimBrief weights first. So we'll go settings, weight and balance, set from OFP, loading it up. Let's hopefully everything's in balance today, because I did run it as a 74-8 charter, not a freighter. So that's what we got. Everything looks good. Perfect. So we've got our payload optimized for this flight. That looks good. Let's go back to the init-ref, go to the route page, and then we'll set up departures and arrivals. But let's call clearance first on 18.8 and give them a holla, see what they got for. So I'm sorry, 18.3. I need a radio bound here. I'm gonna have to adjust this to this right here. We'll do, this will be the view. And we're going to go 118, 11830. Put that up on top. 18.3 is up. And let's give him a holla. Kanopi, thank you for the $3 donation, man. Appreciate the support. 747 plus ATR, epic evening ahead. Cheers from Berlin. Kanopi, I'd be lying to you if I wasn't a little bit more excited for the ATR stream coming up tonight. But I don't know. I'm just on that prop kick, man. I'm so tired. Everything is just so... I just hit a wall with glass and automation in all aspects of life. So I really enjoyed the aero stream we did. I really enjoyed prop flying. Granted, there's a lot of glass in the ATR, but still, it's some old school flying. So I am looking forward to that ATR stream tonight. Appreciate the support, man. All right. 18.3 Miami Towers up. What did we file? We don't have an EFB in this aircraft, so you have to kind of pull up your Navigraph charts, which I'm doing right now. Give me a second, because you always want to have your charts up and ready to rock. That way, when you get something that you're unfamiliar with, you can kind of reference your Navigraph or your chart subscription, whatever you're using. Real world, always have the SIDS up. I'm pretty familiar with Miami, but let's take a look at the Miami procedures. Airport charts, SIDS. We filed the Clada. Let's take a look at that one. The Clada 2 RNAV going out of Miami southeast bound. Hopefully we'll be departing runway 10. Let's take a quick look at the weather. Right now, 040 at 3. So what are they going to be departing? Yeah, 9. We're going to request runway 10 for departure. But we'll be on the Clada, most likely. Let's give them a holler. 18.3 towers up. Miami Tower, good afternoon. Evergreen, 357 heavy. Like to pick up clearance down to Guantanamo Bay.
Evergreen 357 heavy, Miami Tower, cleared to Mike Uniform Golf Mike, Clada 2 departure, Jaeger transition, then is filed, maintain 5,000, expect flight level 370, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 122.8, squawk 3524.
All right, clear to Guantanamo Bay, Clada 2 departure, Jaeger transition 5,000, 370 and 10, departures 22.8, squawking 3524 for Evergreen 357 heavy.
357 heavy, read back correct. Push start at your discretion. Advise you have traffic behind you pushing in a second. Contact me when you are ready for taxi.
All right, we'll give you a call ready to taxi. Yeah, we are aware of the A300 behind us, and we'd like to request runway 10 for departure today.
Evergreen 357, suggest runway 09. We don't have a 10.
That's my mistake. Crest 109 for departure for Evergreen 357 Heavy.
Roger that. We'll put you out on 09. You can kick the rudder in there and make it 010 if you want.
That works for me. Thanks. All right. For some reason, I was thinking 10. Oh, maybe I was thinking 10-9 chart. Let me see. Why was I thinking? Yeah, runway 9. Runway 10 would be a little challenging to do. Only runway 10. Yeah, I'm used to Fort Lauderdale. That's exactly what it is, Steve Vodka. Only Chuck Norris can take off runway 10 here in Miami. Okay, so we are set up. We got our SID as expected. Let's go ahead and load up the Claudia departure. Going down to Gitmo, the arrival. Do we actually, this is something I don't know. Do we have an arrival filed for Gitmo here? Mug'em. We actually have the Southport 6 arrival. So we're going to go East Point, then we're going to be VFR. So we're going to actually transition from Bygone, we'll be VFR. We'll talk about this en route. But that's neither here nor there for right now. So let's just focus on getting out of Miami. Claudia 2 on the runway 9er departure. Pull these charts back up, and we should be ready to go. Star 10-9. Where's the regular 10-9 at the top of the page? Beautiful. Okay, get rid of Navigraph. Let's come down here. Let's program the rest of this box. Runway 9er, Claudia 2. I did update today, courtesy of Christy. And we're going out to Jaeger. Oh, I spelled Jaeger wrong. There you go. There's my clearance. Runway 9er, Jaeger transition. Execute that. Let's take a look. Jamba, K-Bola, this all checks out. We should have one disco in here, I think, right? No, not yet. Eastport, Southport. And now we'll load up arrivals. So go back to the index, the Mug'em arrivals. We are going to hopefully land on 28. I'm not even going to put an arrival in there right now. VFR approach, extended center line on the Southport 6 via the Bygone transition. We'll execute that. I've tried, I did try one approach on runway 10 going eastbound, staying over the water until you basically clear the airport perimeter fence. It's quite challenging at a 747-8. So hopefully we can just get 28, which will still be fun because you're coming in low over the water. But the runway 10, I mean, the winds would have to be significant for you to try to land that direction. Let bygones be bygones. Exactly. All right. That looks good. So we will go back here. Legs. Let me go ahead and double check now. We got the Southport, Eastport. Wait, let's see. Yeah, Bygone, and then we have two Bygones. We need to do some deletings here. I tell you what we're gonna do. Clear that. Clear the delete. We're gonna take East Point, South Point. So let's clear. Gosh, I hate that speed break. Let's delete rather. We're gonna delete Bygone. We're gonna delete the East Point, and we're gonna delete the South Point, and we're gonna leave the disco in there like so. So that's the runway extended center line for 28. Absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and get the APU fired up because it's hot up in here. Our fueling is on board and done, so we'll get our fuel tank pumps on and spool up the APU and come outside. And we'll also get GSX to, I don't even know what GSX is going to do here. Let's see. It's going to crash on us. I'm sitting on a real Lufthansa 748 right now, about to take off from Joburg to Frankfurt. Awesome, man. 10.5 hours to go. I'll definitely stay and watch till we need to switch to airplane mode. Hey, Jared Newton, appreciate the support, man. Enjoy that flight. I have never been on a 747-8, so that's really cool. All right, now, what is going on here with this thing here? GSX, what are you doing? I'm going to exit FSUIPC. I'm going to have to restart FSUIPC. Ground crew is out to launch. I did update, there was a small update I did when I launched the sim. I had GSX run the stairs. I don't know what's going on here. And I loaded SimBrief. Everything was green. I mean, this for real?
Miami Tower, good afternoon, UPS 43 Delta 7478, open on the cargo ramp, request clearance with Bravo.
UPS 43 Delta
Restart
Heavy,
Kutal
Miami
one more
Tower,
time.
Cleared 2, Mike Uniform Golf Mike. Flight of 2 departure, Jaeger transition, then is filed, maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 310 10 minutes after. Departure frequency 122.8, squawk 3511.
I can't even exit Kutal from the tray. What is going on here? The French version of GSX is on strike. I can't even... hold on. Oh, no, 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 no. Y'all still with me? That was close. Kutal. I'm going to end it from Task Manager. These add-ons need too many third parties? Yes, it's dumb. I agree, AFO. That's why I try to keep it as simple as possible. GSX
43 Delta Heavy, read back correct.
and
Expect runway 09, push and start
dynamic
at your
LOD
discretion. You got two
allegedly.
pushing ahead of you to the south.
And that's pretty
Advise
much
radar
it.
protection.
Frame gen. Alright, this is the last chance for Kutal. I mean, it worked when I first loaded in. Look at that Miami skyline. Pretty sweet back there. I got freaking... I just got a notification from Streamlabs that says we are partnering with Throne. And at first glance, I thought it said we were partnering with Tinder. I'm like, why would Streamlabs be partnering with Tinder? And second of all, why am I getting notifications for Streamlabs while I'm live? Like, get out of here. See what I'm talking about? Like, I'm so tired of technology right now. I just want to get in my Piper Arrow and fly frickin' VOR to VOR with my heading knob. Look at this garbage. Look at this GSX nonsense. It's too early to rage, y'all. But I'm getting pretty dang close. I got two Kutals running, allegedly, now. What is up with that? Streamlabs plus Tinder, the possibilities are endless. Oh, Steven. Mike P, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. I got... Oh, there it is. Wow. Triangle services, please. Good night. All right. We got our APU up and running. Let's go ahead and turn on the APU air. We're going to get packs 1 and 2 because that's all I care about right now. And those are off. That's good. Wasn't there? I thought there was another valve I had to open here. Engine bleeds are off. APU is on, so we should be getting air right now. High flow, I can't touch those. Trim air is on. Can it run all 3 packs? Let's see if we can run all 3 packs on the APU. That ought to be good. All right, our APU is up and running. We'll go ahead and disconnect from external power. I will really load up the APU. I bet you can't do that in real life. I'm going to do it anyway because it's a default airplane. So that's set. We'll go... Did that just kill the APU? Did that just kill our APU? That just killed our APU. Oh my goodness, I've never been so happy.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Yo, so did you see what happened there? I'd overloaded the APU with 3 packs and electrical power and it shut it off. I said, oh, that won't work because it's a default airplane. I was wrong. Okay, I stand completely corrected and happy to be wrong. We'll go ahead and reset the packs off. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and turn off the APU bleed. Let's restart the APU. Hopefully it's not damaged because I don't know the processes to go with no APU on this. That's awesome. I absolutely love that. Okay, we're back in a good mood here. P3D is better than X-Plane, all the add-ons. No way, man. I've never been so happy to have the APU shut down on me like that. Haven't been here in a bit. Did VATSIM let me back on? We'll see. No, man. I'm still on IVEO. Pretty good sound pack, though. I love that APU spool up. I don't know, Chaos. I don't know if I have the effects mod on. I think I forgot to check if it's on this particular livery. I didn't see any smoke. Okay, we have our APU online. We're gonna leave the. We're just gonna do packs 1 and 2. We'll just leave the external power connected for right now. With that, we'll get our hydraulic pumps in auto as well. So one thing that's really cool about the Brunner yoke, this profile that I have, I've updated it and I've uploaded it. Oh, good, I restarted, so now my yoke cam's not working. Are you serious? But basically, I'll fix that when we get going. If you don't have hydraulics on, the yoke will act like it doesn't have hydraulics. So if you have a hydraulic failure, then the yokes are going to get very, very stiff, and you revert to that manual control. And you can program that through the CLS to Sim software with the Brunner. Makes it awesome. Absolutely love it. And the PMDG actually allows for high-tech systems connection of the hydraulics and CLS to Sim software. So I cannot wait to get my hands on the PMDG 777 and then have a profile. Well, maybe Team Vodka will make the profile because Team Vodka is getting pretty good at making profiles. This one initially was his. I just tweaked the force values a little bit. I thought it was a little too weak. This was his 737 profile, and then I kind of buffed it up a little bit for his 74. But man, having that PMDG 777 with hydraulics emulated through the yoke and force feedback, fantastic stuff. APU is available, but not in the bar, isn't it? Raphael, good to see what's up, man. All right. We are getting back on track now. We've got everything going up here. We don't need any window heat. That's all off. That's normal because we don't have any engines running. We are loading up in the back. Let's do a magic barrel ref key. That checks out. What was our initial altitude? It was 10,000 feet. So that is set. We got a little OWAN's wannabe page here. We need to put a squawk code in the box, which was, chat, do you remember my squawk code? I entered it before I finished. Let me scroll up here. It was 3524, so we're going to squawk 3524, and I'll put that in XPDR mode for right now. I'll leave this page. I guess I'll just leave this one on the legs page. That's fine. Let's finish our init ref. So let's go back here. I'm going to wait till the passengers finish boarding, but we're going to have a reserve of 4.0. So that's not right. Maybe it was 40. What was our... Someone remind me again what I'd need to do to have SimBrief stop opening PDF, like it opens the Acrobat thing again. What was our extra fuel?
Miami Tower, good afternoon. Beach 523, Bravo Echo.
It's actually 4.7, so basically
Beach 523,
unusable.
Bravo Echo, Miami Tower, go ahead.
Okay, so that's good. Min gate fuel, we need to just make sure we have 41.2 on board.
523 Bravo Echo with
So we
information
have
Bravo.
41.1, that checks out.
VFR clearance into the Bravo, southwest.
So we're just waiting for that to finish up. We're loading up the rest of the passengers here. We got an A300 behind us.
Bravo Echo, Miami Tower. You are clear.
We're loading up all the suspect passengers.
Cleared out of the Bravo. Maintain VFR at or below 2,500.
That's Team Vodka and A300. We got another UPS 74 over there.
0327.
PMDG is the go with boating. Oh, I agree, man. I agree. Mike P, what's up with AT&T network, man? All my buddies in Dallas are texting me like, dude, we have no. Well, not texting me. They said via the ones that don't have AT&T said that everyone that has AT&T is out of service in DFW.
Beach 523 Bravo Echo.
Do I have a VA on New Sky? I do not, Alex.
23 Bravo Echo, read back correct.
I feel like I can smell the sweat and mildew looking at that cockpit. Delta Tango. Hey, man. More right rudder Mike. Goes by More Right Rudder Mike in the Discord. I picked these up off of
3
Bravo Echo. You need to calm down. I'm just kidding. Actually, I love having traffic because in real life, when I catch myself with the radio on, I'm like, I gotta turn the radio off. It's like you don't need to listen to the radio when you're sitting at the gate. So you just come down here, boop, close that off. More right rudder mic. I bought these on Sim Market. His textures are phenomenal in the cockpit. You have either the clean version or the dirty. On our long haul, we did the clean version, I believe. This is back to the dirty. I reinstalled it to the dirty version here. I mean, this is a beat up, old school, sweaty 7.4. So absolutely love it. Make sure you support him. And I think he's doing some work on the 380, right, Chaos? So anyway, Dirty Queen, indeed. Dirty Queen. Can you fly to PSE? Ponce? Is that Ponce? Is there a scenery coming for Ponce? Wow, look at this loading situation here. Okay, that's a cool shot. That is a really cool shot. All the buses, or just one bus and everyone loading up. Too bad Team Vodka doesn't have a perfect A300 model. I love PMDG, however, it pains me to have an integrated WX weather radar. Nah, man, I don't even think about weather radar. I'm actually, every airplane that gets released without a fully simulated weather radar, I just get happier. Because all it's going to do, y'all, is it's just going to hurt performance, and there's no need. There's no need to have a real, quote-unquote, real weather radar in the sim. All you need is something to have some type of NexRad or some type of overlay where you can see where the cells are. And I just say NexRad because that's like I think most people understand what NexRad radar is. And then you can make your deviations accordingly. Because the way radar works in real life, I don't know how you can program that to work within the sim and it not just be an absolute bricker of performance. So, anyway, that doesn't bother me one bit not having a proper weather radar. And then let's face it, if you did see a massive red cell on your weather radar in front of you, are you really going to deviate around it? Is VATSIM going to let you deviate around that cell? Probably not. But it would be absolutely, I don't know how you can develop a true-to-life weather radar in the sim without it just bricking your performance. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. Angry rivet counter noises. I love how the pack's reflecting on the wing. Isn't that cool? I just noticed that too, Chris Stupper. What's up, Chris Stupper? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you around a bit. Hope you're well. Team Vodka, we're loading up. We have to take the passengers on this one. Although I feel like there'd probably be all white buses and there'd probably be a lot of security guards on this flight. It wouldn't just be, oh man, we have 100. We're only halfway done with the loading. Rip. Hope you have some taxi fuel, Vodka. You may want to shut down number 2. You may want to shut down number 2. We've gone this far. We got to go real time. We can't speed it up now. Team Vodka needs to practice his fuel saving procedures. Pretend you have a hold time, hold for release. Don't leave me, Vodka. Don't leave. Don't leave. We got to do the approach down there. It'd be sweet. GS Bugs Pro. I'll be honest with you. We haven't had too many bugs with GSX since I've had it. It's really been pretty stable. It just so happened that we had bugs when everything else was bugging out. Captain Chemtrails, good to see you, man. Morning from the West Coast. Hey, Captain Chemtrails, hope you're well, man. Hope you're enjoying life.
Passenger's bus is
Are you still flying the 757? Always a pleasure to see Captain Chemtrails. Popping in the chat, real life 757 Captain. Well, he's actually done multiple, 7.5, 7.3. But yeah, good to see you, man. Hey, Captain Chemtrails, I hope you're familiar with Bluebird Sim. They're bringing a 7.5 to Microsoft. Maybe you can get in touch with them. Uh-oh. Looks like that A300 is taxed in on out. Rip. Team Vodka's not going to wait for us. It's not all bugs. Exactly, Fragtality. It's not. This is probably, maybe our third glitch that we've had since I've been running GSX for the last year. So overall, it's been really good. I need to get better about selecting a gate. I didn't even know this was possible. I was watching another content creator, and he selected a gate on the descent. So then when you land, you have marshalers and stuff if you go to that gate. I did not know that was a thing. I guess that's what happens when you don't read the manual. But if we remember, but you probably need profiles for that stuff, right? So I don't have any profiles. All right, Team Vodka's pausing for us. Shut down number 2, Team Vodka. You got to shut her down. Was the CIA Air Force? What do you mean by that? I'm not that much faster, Team Vodka. You can go 8-2 in that thing. That has been a thing since P3D. Might be. Oh my gosh. Speaking of, if you're part of the Discord, you'll see I have a warrant out for my arrest from Airbus. We started Engine 1 first the other day, just like we do, like every other airline does in America. So I think Airbus is out to get me. Most of the add-on airports that you download come with an updated GSX profile. Ah, okay. They handled things that no one else would. I see. Tyler, you're also wanted by Airbus? Yep. I know a lot of us are. A lot of us are wanted by Airbus. Vega, if I go disappearing, you know what's up. You know what's up. All right, our APU is up and running. Let's see, 192, we're getting close. Let me see here. Pack 3 off, APU running. So, Pack 3 is off. I don't want to go completely dark. I guess there's no need to load it up yet. No need to load it up. Where is the passenger signs? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Where are the passenger signs? On the pedestal, you're right. That's right. Thank you. We'll put the seatbelt sign on. That's what I was looking for. I forgot all about that. Almost done. Maybe one more bus. Maybe one or two more buses. This is these. I mean, they must be tightly packed in here. They must be tightly packed. I took upgrade on 7.3 2.5 years ago. I could hold 7.5 Captain, but it's hard to justify wasting a seat lock on it. Ah, yeah. Is it 2-year seat lock on it, Captain Chemtrails? Man. Well, on the 737. Super call, you like them? I love them, man. These packs are all in cuffs. They can't put on their seatbelts. Most of them are, Mike P. Most of them would be. Most of them would be all in cuffs right now. Well, I don't know with this administration. Who knows? They'd be being served French wine and cheese. Duffman, what a seat lock is, basically, depending on how your contract is written for your pilot group, if you are to, sometimes it can be a base, most of the time it's equipment. So like if you were to go from the Airbus, say, hey, I want to switch airframes to the 737, you're full right, you can go ahead and do that if your seniority holds it, but when you switch, you are now locked into that airframe for a minimum time, whether it's 1 year or 2 years, and that's really just to kind of minimize people jumping around, like type rating collecting and then just always staying in the training cycle. So I think that's kind of part of that to help minimize that, as well as predict staffing levels. It's a little easier to predict staffing levels when I don't know. I'm sure there's other reasons to it. But yeah, seat lock, when you switch equipment, most of the time will lock you on that airframe for a certain amount of time, whether a year, 2 years, or what have you. Now, sometimes you can you can get out of that. Like say your seat locked, you went from FO on the Airbus to FO on the 7.3, and then maybe you can break. Sometimes you'll have writing or a clause in there where you can break your seat lock if it's to upgrade. So you can upgrade back to the Airbus, and that'll break your seat lock on the 7.3. Just depends on how the contract is written. But yeah, definitely minimizes training costs, because you get someone in me like there, I would just go around and collect all the type ratings. I mean, how fun would that be? You just go in, I'm going to get typed on the 7.5. Okay, I'm done with my training. I'm going to bid for the 777. All right, I'm going to go bid for the 7.3. got a got a free $10,000 gift card and a free Bomb Tech. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Love seeing the 7.4. Looking at the 200 for Microsoft Flight Sim. Super call. Is someone making a Dash 200? Don't tease me. Don't tease me. I sure wish somebody was. Man, we've waited this long. I really wish we didn't wait now. But now I feel like we've already gone 2/3 of the race. And we have to finish the race now. I don't know how many people we have. Let's see. Ah, 271 of 364. Can you only have one or two active? I think you can only have one active type next to you. You can only be, well, I guess technically you would have two active types because if you switch airplanes, your previous type is still going to be current until you run out of recency by flying your other airplane. But most of the time, you're just going to be current on one type. Oh, Captain Chemtrails, I missed the one from X-Plane 2. I think, and I know Felis is I don't know if it's a one-man show or I know it's a relatively small, if it's not just a one-man show, there's not a lot of people behind that airplane. So I know it's got to be quite the hill to climb to bring to Microsoft. But if they could do it, oh my gosh, the revenue they would gain off that, and I would push that airplane so hard. I mean, that would be fantastic. I think that 747-200 from Felis was probably ended up being my favorite, right there with the 727 from Just Flight. Like, it's right there. I mean, if not my favorite, maybe it's ahead of the 7.2 from Just Flight, because it just was fantastic. Just Flight was saying something about the 742. Oh, that's right. I think somebody did mention that before. Shaq Oatmeal in the house. Really? Where? I don't see Captain Shaq. The guys from the Nomad have temporal safe. Yeah, they're ferry pilots, Dave. Yeah, so they're not operating under 121. So FAR Part 121 is what the airlines operate off of here in the U.S. And FAR Part 121 regulations, it's going to be different than Part 91. So a lot of those ferry flights, I don't even know what they ferry under. Part 91? I guess they're ferrying under Part 91 because it wouldn't be a 121 supplemental. And they're not 135 scheduled, so it's got to be Part 91. And Part 91, Code of Federal Aviation Regulations, is a little bit different, a little bit more lenient. Actually, a lot more lenient, really. All right, we're almost done. We are almost done. Yeah, Aviator Nick, we just said a Just Flight 742, but we're still waiting on the F100 and F70, so I don't know. I don't know how true that is or how far along it is. I'm not even going to get my hopes up. I'm in the Wild West Cowboy straight shooting FAR 135. Yeehaw, AFO. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I've flown Part 135. I've flown Part 91. I've flown Part 121 supplemental. And I've flown Part, obviously, 121. So I've hit almost all of them. I think there's another one in there that's kind of funky. All right, we need one more bus and we're out of here. Yeah, the doors are closed, Cypher Wolf. You can't open those, unfortunately, so they're just kind of morphing their way in. Oh, listen to that APU running, though. I don't think I'll ever do 121, 135, and 91 all the way for me. Ah, King Air Pilot, you say that now? I'm telling you, man, Part 121 is easy mode. 135 and 91 are fun when you're young. All right, last bus. Here we go. 135 and a Twin Otter. I bet that's pretty wild, man. All right, last bus. Turn up the sim sounds a little bit. I don't want it to overwhelm. I guess I'll keep it down there. I don't know what's going on with my mic. Why it's so low.
FedEx 455 Heavy, monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a great flight.
All right, here we go. 55-7.
FedEx 455 Heavy, thanks for coming on today. See ya.
We're going cost index 999er. Thrust limits. TO1 no flex. CG 18. Why don't we have a trim value? Oh, we need flaps 10. 6.0. 38, 41, 60. Trim position 6.0. Right barely in the green. Oh, I have to set up my cam here. Give me a sec, guys. I don't know why this does this. There we go. Everybody's back. Microphone is still in the same. Yes, it is. All right, cool. We're ready to go. Boarding completed. Thank the Lord. APU generator 1. And we'll go ahead and turn packs. We'll turn the engine APU. Oh, wow, we've been here. Never mind. I did that all wrong. All right, anyway. APU generators are on. External powers are off. That looks good. We've got the APU air on. Packs off. And we'll turn the bleeds on. Let's go. I am ready to go. It has been nuked, Rex. It has been nuked. Oh, I didn't know I didn't know it took it. All right. Beacon light. We're going to go both. Oh, that's interesting. There's the pin guy over here.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Skyfall, thank you for the 15 months of support, my friends. To 700 hours, I'm ready for the Part 121 life. Hell yeah, man. Part 121. Easy peasy mode. Oh, yeah.
Departure check completed.
Standby power auto. Thank you. And then we'll get everything else. So we got engine shutdown, pack 1, 2, 3, fuel tank, engine. We'll mess with that after start. TCAS, wing anti-ice off. Everything else looks good. I think. At least for push. We'll see what happens here after we push back. Is that caution light on? Yeah. All right, he's hooking it up.
Locking gear.
I'm a little nervous because it didn't ask me if I want to go nose left or tail right yet, did it? We need to go nose right, tail left. You're going to hand fly the whole flight team vodka? How's that A300 profile? Can we request jazz music for cruise? Yeah, I don't see why not. JT, I should watch the video when Evergreen landed a 7-4 at McMinnville. Nice, man. All right, nose right, tail left. Here we go.
Release parking brakes.
Brakes release, clear to push.
All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, we're not wasting any time. We're going to start them up 3 and 4. All right, so that's all on. Here we go. Engines 3, engines 4. 2 for 1 on the starts. And I don't think you have to wait for the fuel. You can just flip them at the same time, too. Push me right into the stairs. That's cool.
Set parking brakes.
Brakes are set.
Locking gear.
2 good starts. Let's go ahead and start 1 and 2. Aerosoft Toolbar Pushback Pro equals GSX. All features except pushback. Value for money plus more bugs. All right, 2 more good starts. So that's coming on, that's coming on, that's coming on. APU bleed is coming off. APU generator is coming off. APU is shutting down. We have 2 good starts. We're going to throw you into auto, and those are coming on. Is that it? Let's see. Fuel tank to engine. Fuel each tank to engine. Oh, they don't want the cross feeds. Right? No cross feeding. There you go. Yeah, no cross feeding. All right, cool. No cross feeding. We're going TARA. Flaps coming to position 10. We'll do it from back here. Why not? Actually, we'll do it from this one. Is that 10? That's 5. 1 more. All right, flaps 10, trims are set. We'll get rid of the fuel page. I don't need you anymore. APU cooldown, everything, seat belts. Excellent. Magic barrel ref key has been set. We're going to go LNAV. Is it not LNAV off the ground here? Apparently it's not. So heading on departure off 09. I went the wrong way. That's weird. I feel like it should be. Maybe I need the flight directors. Alright, flight director's on. There we go. LNAV, VNAV off the ground. 265 in the speed. We've got V2 is 160. We're just going to bug up to 250k knots. So 250, 090, 10,000. LNAV, VNAV off the ground. We'll get the auto thrust short of the runway. Toga is set. Quick flight control check. Huge split rudder. Gosh, I love that. All right, let's get out of here. Miami Tower, Evergreen 357 Heavy. Find the ready taxi at South Cargo.
Evergreen 357 Heavy. Taxi, runway 09 taxi VC here.
09 taxi VC here, Evergreen 357 Heavy. All right, taxi lights coming on. Brakes released. Let's go. Indy Ivy, I don't think we're going to have any vapor today. I don't think we're going to have any vapor. We'll see, though. All right, right turn here, all the way down. Actually, Sierra, which is going to be, yep, this first one. Gosh, I love flying the 7.4. The only reason we didn't do that United flight, even though y'all voted for it, was I needed a better reason to do a shorter 747 flight. So we'll do that United 74 flight, maybe later this month, true long haul fashion with in-flight entertainment. But today's flight's not that long. It's a standard sub 500 nautical mile flight, so. I agree. The slats are max juice. Look at that. Upper deck versus lower deck. We don't really need that. So weather radar's coming on. We'll zoom the range out a little bit.
UPS 43 Delta Heavy, runway 09, taxi via Sierra.
Runway 9, taxi via Sierra, UPS 43 Delta Heavy.
I mean, there is a whole set of checklists we should follow, but let me come down here, get the transponder. It's already TARA. And weather. Those don't work, right? Okay. Shouldn't be any weather along our route tonight, so we should be good. Delta Tango, sometimes lining up at 320. I see SRS, but not runway. Well, you should always see.
357 Heavy, Miami Tower, you ready to go?
We're ready to go, Evergreen 357.
357 Heavy, winds 050 at 5, RNAV Jamba, runway 09, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Jamba 09, clear for takeoff, Evergreen 357 Heavy. All right,
Heavy, you gonna be ready to go?
Jamba's in the box. Let's light it up.
We are 43 Delta Heavy.
They are all on. Oh gosh, I'm going way too fast. 30 knots almost. Cheat mode for the turn here. I need to slow down. It actually works pretty good, the 748. Like if you go too fast, and it's easy to go fast in this thing because you don't feel like you're moving very fast because it's so big. Then you end up snubbing your nose wheel over. Look at that, overshot that turn. We're doing 30 knots there. I had to slam on the brakes. Tokyo Drift. That's right, we're government charter. I still forgot to remove those power lines. All right, lights are on. Let's do this, Chad. We got 368 viewers. Man, if you can hit 200 likes right now real quick, we'll do Toga from the outside view. But you got to do it before we hit Toga and line up on this runway. Or else we'll do it from inside view. Ooh, let's see if I can line up here. I don't know if I can. That 7-4 taxiing is pretty sweet over there. Come on, baby. Swing, baby, swing. Swing, baby, swing. Come here, straighten out a little bit. All right. We are clear for takeoff, runway 9er. What do we got? 197, 199, 200? Let's go. Spool them up 50. Yoga's in chat. Let's go. There's 201. Nice. Thank you all. Auto throttle's armed. Yoga. Jeez. Got to love it. All right, throttle hold, Toga. 80 knots. Thrust set, 100 knots. Checked. Jeez. V1. Rotate. Oh, I love this profile. Nice and easy. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. Oh my. That is... oh, this is so much fun with this yoke. Oh my gosh. This is my first ever takeoff with this yoke. Oh boy, nice little stutter there. That's right, let's get back down to it.
357 Heavy, monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a great flight. Thank you.
Over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC today, Evergreen 357 Heavy. We'll see you.
UPS 43 Delta Heavy, winds calm.
All right, we are LNAV. Oh, we're going right over downtown too. This is too cool. This is too cool. I'm going to go to Unicom 22.8. Forget flying the SID. We got to look out the windows. Miami's going to be on this side though. I'm loving this profile. Alright, flaps 5. Or actually go flaps 1. We're pretty much, we're all the way up, yeah, and flap 0, we'll clean it up. Oh, max juice. Got a little bit of that wing flex on there from Zippy Zapple. There go the slats. A little bit of trim. I'm probably overspeeding, but I want to watch the slats go in. Oh, man. Yep, we're overspeeding for sure. Let's go ahead and pitch up to the flight director. That's cool. Forget the SID. Maximum juice. Right over downtown. All right, let's get back on it. We've got that rattling sound again. Remember we had that on our long haul? I might hand fly this all the way there. This feels awesome. Checklist item incomplete. That's fine. That's because we didn't run any checklist. All right, we're gonna level 10,000. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep going. I think it was 35. So we need to why does it want me to level off? Maybe it just wants me to speed up first. Let's see what happens here. I think it wanted me to speed up here at pretty much level. Do I have to hit that altitude initiative thing? No, it doesn't exist in this. Do I push it? There she goes. I forgot. It's just like an Airbus. I know the autopilot's off. We're hand flying it. It just feels so good to hand fly. Alright, we need to fix our fuel. I mean, we're light in a 748. We're doing 6,500. Well, I'm climbing, pitching up here. But look at this, 340 knots. Let's see what we stabilize out here in our climb performance. A little too aggressive. We'll hold about 7 degrees. We'll see where that comes to. CIA messages. You don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to. We'll mess with our fuel tanks here in a minute. I forget what the procedure is there. What it wants. Another stream where you have to turn the plane yourself. Gosh, the only thing that can make this better is getting two 2K screens like Flightdeck to Sim did. Man, his stream looks so good. I want to get some 2K monitors. I think it's about. I haven't had a new monitor since the channel started, I think. All right, standard set STDs for you, me, and Bomb Tech. We're at an 18.4, climbing 3.5. Lower that trim down just a tad. Oh, what an absolute joy. All right, we'll hand it a trimmed airplane. It's pretty much in trim right there. Let's go ahead and see what she does. Fingers crossed. Command A. Looks like she's got it. Yeah, we left all the lights on. We'll be fine. Don't worry. We work for the government. We're at a 10. We're at 18 rather. We get all those off. Beacon, nav, strobe, wings can come off. Logos can come off. Everything looks good here. Now, the override's got to come off. Let me pull up this fuel tank page here. That'll flame them out. I always forget. This is the stupid fuel tank system here. I always forget this combination. Alright, let's go back to full screen cam. Let's go to the checklist page real quick. Let's knock all these out though. Checklist reset. Normal. Alright, that got rid of that. Okay. Now we'll go back to our fuel tanks situation. It's most likely the cross feeds. No cross feeding. Well, I just turned it, wanted them on. Now it wants them off. Alright. There we go. Pete S., thank you for the support. Welcome to Commercial Pilot, man. Or Private Pilot. Can you talk about the dangers of fuel imbalance? Yeah, I mean, it's depending on how you get the imbalance, though. I mean, you obviously don't want to run one tank dry and the other one not dry, but if you think about, 10,000 pound difference, that'll make a difference in how the airplane hand flies, and if it's compensating for roll and you get a bunch of roll trim in there, I mean, you would have to have an absolute egregious amount of imbalance to really cause an issue. The bigger issue, I think, comes with a CG, moving fuel, like on airplanes that you really need to be careful of where the CG is as you burn fuel. That's more of an issue than, tank-to-tank balance. A lot of times, you're going to have a limitation for an imbalanced fuel tank on takeoff and landing. But other than that, in flight, I mean, it's really, as long as you're still burning fuel, there's really no danger to having an imbalance. You just have to balance it. All right, we're looking good now. Man, look at that wild blue water down there. Let's find us a nice window to hang out on here for a minute. At least on this flight south, you don't need to turn off transponder as long as you stay over the water. Yes. So I'll go over the procedure once we get up to cruise. But basically, after Bygone, we're going to break out VFR. And we got to stay 6 miles off the coastline. And then we're going to set up for a visual approach into 2-8, depending on the winds. But yeah, it'll be a VFR approach. We'll actually squawk VFR. And it'll be pretty interesting going down there. It should be fun. It should be fun. Big picture is keeping them balanced. Override pumps operation at higher flow, so you burn more on the inboard. Having them off during takeoff. Big picture is keeping them balanced. Override pumps operate at higher flow, so you burn more on inboard, having them on during takeoff. Ah. That would make sense, higher flow with the inboard. Well, that's weird because it made me turn them on for takeoff. Should I turn off the overrides? Like, why do I have overrides on? Am I going to get a light now? No, I shouldn't even have the overrides on. I don't want the overrides on. No overrides. Just want normal pumps. Normal pumpage here. No overriding. Look at this, though. We're doing 340 indicated, doing 88 Mach, 350, 2,400 feet a minute. good luck doing that in a 321. Well, you're not even going to get to 88 Mach. But man, I love the 7.4. I love the 7.4. I wish we still had it running. Is that the default 7.4 PX? Yes, this is the default 7.4, but if you have an updated version of your sim, this is a working title that's like default, and it's really good. I think this airplane is better than the default 7.8s. I think it's better than the Horizon Mod 7.8 and the Kuro 7.8. For some reason, I feel like this airplane just flies better, but I don't know. I might have to make Team Vodka or have Team Vodka make a profile in the 7.8, or at least take my profile that I have, Team Vodka, and see if you like it. I don't know. Team Vodka's getting good at making profiles. But this profile is spot on. I uploaded it to the Bruner Cloud, so if you want to check it out. And remember, it's... Oh, you can even see the yoke. The autopilot moves the yoke just like it does in the real airplane. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a... Oh, wow. 102 knot tailwind, too. What's our ground speed? 627? This is awesome. This is awesome. A little bit of wing rock out here. A little bit of turbulence. Got to get some sleep. Send bank angle check. Ah, Mike P. Hold on. I had it muted. I had it muted because we were in the other cam, I think. Oh no, I actually had it muted completely. Mike P.
Up all night at work. Need to get some sleep. Probably fall asleep before the SDR.
Mike P, appreciate the support, my man. What's going on with my flight director? Houston, we have a problem. Mike P, appreciate you though, man. Get some sleep, and hopefully your trip to Vegas was good, because weren't you heading out to Vegas not too long ago? Well, I appreciate the support, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time, dude. Okay, we have an issue here. Why do we have a flight director toggling situation? Okay, that is something I've never seen before. I have never seen this before. That's a CLS issue, says Team Vodka. Really? Where's the autopilot disengage? All right, maybe Team Vodka's not good at making profiles. Team Vodka, what'd you do here? I'm gonna select heading. Let me see. Let me do a little Team Vodka situation here. All right, disconnect. All right, we're back at it. I'll get to, I saw that super chat. Hang on, give me a second. I'll get to you. Oh, Team Vodka, that's because you don't have... Dude, I know how to fix your profile right now. You done make a mistake here. I know what you did. I think I know how to fix your profile. I'm fixing it right now. No, I don't think it's a CLS software bug. I think it's a U bug. Let's see. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Land A. 350. It's close enough. All right. We're good. We're back in. We're looking good. All right. Jeez. Let me get the seatbelt sign off. Let's get some of those super chats. Apologize for the delay there. We had to minimize some Team Vodka's errors here in his CLS programming. Ooh, look at that awesome ortho. Who's that? Let's turn the sim down. Let's enjoy some 747-8 views outside. Oh, baby. Yes. That is the bird right there. All right, what did I miss here? Let me scroll back in the chat. Who was that? Zachary J. Thank you for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate you. What's going on, good sir? Question for you about CG. Has your airline raised the average weight per passenger recently? And if so, have you experienced any loading issues come up due to that fact? Zachary J., I'm not aware of anything recently. I know they up the weights every so many years. But I'm not aware of anything in the immediate, time frame. But I've never had an issue with it. So, I mean, as slow and as delayed as the FAA is on things, that's never really come up and been an issue. But we do have summer weights and winter weights. I think at some point here we'll be switching to summer weights. I don't know if we've already switched to summer weights yet. I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, that's something that comes down from the FAA, and they initiate that change. And I don't think we've had anything. And even if we did, it's like, to us, the way we operate, it doesn't really mean anything because all of our stuff is done through ACARS, our weight and balance. So we're not putting in individual weights. We just put in the passenger number, and then that is updated. We send that information off, and then that information comes back, and it's just automatically uplinked to the box. So we don't have to sit there and program, passenger weights, etc. What about Florida weights exactly? Yeah, I think it was about 2 years ago, right, Captain Chemtrails? They updated the weights. Now, I know what they did do not too long ago was they updated the flight crew baggage weights. So not too long ago, they had somebody weighing bags for crew members just to see, hey, we just want to see how much weight you're actually carrying on a trip. So to get an updated version of what the crew members were carrying, how heavy their bags were. So I've done that a couple different times. Right before you go into security, you just drop your bag and they weigh it. Good to go. Are you still on heading? We probably are. Yes, we are. What we need to do is we need to go RNAV to Dunno. So let's go here. Let's go Dunno, boom, execute, boom, LNAV. And we'll VNAV it back down to 350. So we're LNAV, VNAV out. We're going to speed up. I'll tell you what. Let's go up to 37. Screw it. Not 38. Let's go 370. Push it. All right, thrust ref, VNAV speed. We're going to go up to 370. We're RNAVing to Dunno. What did we have programmed here? VNAV, cruise was 37, so that works out perfectly. We're going all the way up to 370 at 88 Mach. Goodness, I love the 747. So, Team Vodka, what's going on with that flight director situation? I've never seen that on any airplane. Have you seen it before? I'm not sure what that's all about, Team Vodka. Maybe we just have to turn off. Have you tried it with just having it not follow the autopilot at all, like in cruise? I mean, it's cool and all, but like on some of these bigger jets, it doesn't really bother me. Like if we just turn the autopilot mimicking off, would that help it? Would that eliminate that problem? How can you get this plane? A bass man? Are you a bass fisherman or a bass player? This is a default 747-8, so as long as you have an updated Microsoft Flight Simulator, you've got this exact bird right here, and it's phenomenal. I say phenomenal. For freeware, I always made a big stink about, no one wants to fly freeware planes, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to eat it a little bit here on this. There are some fantastic default planes in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, I will eat my words on this. I was wrong. When the sim first came out, yeah, it was pretty rough. But I like what Microsoft has done. They've taken like the salty mods. Well, that's pretty much rendered. Doesn't matter. But like working title, for instance. Working title's done some fixes to airplanes. And what they do is they just implement what working title has done as default. So, I mean, this 748, this would be a payware quality airplane in FSX big time. Now, is it PMDG level? No, of course not. There's still a lot of buttons that you can't move and do. But it's still, could be payware for X-Plane, honestly. So, You've seen it in the TBM 7.8 and 7.3. Okay, I haven't seen it in any of those airplanes, Team Vodka. My 7.8 profile doesn't do that. I bet you it's some type of setting you got going on in there. Let me try. I'm gonna. Well, I probably shouldn't tweak CLS profiles while I'm streaming. I'm gonna try something. Mine does it too, Team Vodka? I flew all the way down there and I never had that bug though. Let me go to autopilot and I'm gonna use this and apply that. I haven't restarted CLS. Do I need to restart CLS? Sometimes it happens after minutes or hours. All right, I haven't restarted CLS. I just changed something in the profile. Let me see if this will connect and cause the issue again. Yep. That is bizarre. Okay. All right, I'll disconnect. Dang it. Let me go back to the profile manager and let me reset what it was. And then we'll go from there. I'll restart it. You launching DOS attacks on VATSIM now? Why? What's that mean, Christy? What's that? Who's launching attacks on who? No one's launching any attacks. I've flown 9 hours in the 789 and it doesn't happen, but had it happen on departure yesterday. Do you think it has something to do with any recent updates in Microsoft? All right, I'm restarting my yoke. We'll do it here. Wait, VATSIM is under a DDoS attack? What's that mean? What's that? What is DDoS attack? Serves them right. Whatever that is. Denial of service? Good. What does that mean, though? I don't know what that. I don't even know what denial of service is. They denied somebody service and they sued them. Can you even sue a nonprofit or like a freeware thing? I don't know. The whole way VATSIM thing went down for me, I could care less. They deserve it. That's all I'll say. Shots fired. And there's no shots fired to any of the controllers. Nothing personal. We've got some personal VATSIM controllers in the Discord. Awesome folks. Zachary J, thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. Thank you again. Heard rumors during COVID times, new weights made it harder for regionals in the high desert to fly full with density, altitude, and new weights. Interesting, Zachary J. Well, I appreciate that $5 super chat, man. You know, during COVID, man, I can't believe, I guess when we say during COVID, I guess 2020 is the main year that happened. It seems so long ago now, doesn't it? There was so much going on, man. It was wild. I actually had the opposite problem, Zachary J. So we had so few people on our airplanes that we had to really adjust the way we loaded people. So you'd be on a 321 and you'd have to put like 20 people in one spot so your CG would work. It got a little bit interesting. And then I remember taking a 321 with 3 people all the way down to Mexico. That was interesting. Almost a ghost plane. But then coming back, it was full. So it's COVID was weird, man. I took a 319, get this, from DFW. Or was it a 320? I think it was a 320. From DFW to an airport right next door to park it. And it was less than like 10 miles. And the airport wasn't in in the database. So you had to build the airport in the database and then just fly VFR visual approach. But the performance on takeoff, completely empty with 4,000 pounds of fuel, I felt like I was in an F-16. I've never been in an F-16, but I imagine that's what it would have felt like. But yeah, well, I had the opposite problem. During that whole year, COVID 2020, when I was flying, it was pretty interesting. We had to do some creative center of gravity tweaking the way we sat passengers in the airplane. V2 plus 10 serves them right. What does that mean? Hey, man. DOS, flooding a service with request. I still don't know what that means. Pascal Hans says DDoS, distributed denial of service. Essentially, a lot of clients are accessing the service at the same time and bring it down. Ah, okay. Cool. V1 simulation, just hack group is currently attacking VATSIM. No one's attacking VATSIM. I wonder if VATSIM will lose users because of Beyond ATC. I don't think so. Because Beyond ATC is still... let me restart my yoke profile here. Beyond ATC is still... You're just flying by yourself, right? It's just you're talking to AI. I think the majority of VATSIM users use VATSIM because they want to see other actual players and traffic, right? So I really don't think it's going to make that much of an effect on it. All right, I'm rebooting the yoke software, Team Vodka. Let's see if this works here. 747 profile by V1 Sim and Team Vodka. I threw your name in there when I uploaded it to the Bruner Cloud because it's basically your profile, but I tweaked it. You like to have a really light yoke, I've noticed. All right, so we have connection successful. Initialization is initialized. Now here's the moment of truth. I'm going to connect to the simulator. We're connected. Oh, that's not bad. All you have to do is redo that. Oh, don't start again. You know what? Look, that's... I feel like it's... When I connected the yoke, it's like, hey... And the yoke is moving when it shouldn't be moving. There we go. I overrode it there. I disconnected it. Let's go back to Command A. I think what we need to do, Team Vodka, with your yoke, so let me pull it up here. We'll troubleshoot this. You see how my yoke is moving? I don't know. Why is that doing that? I think we're just... I'm going to have to go back to the profile manager and adjust this here. Autopilot... Let me change this. Let's see if this fixes it. I didn't change the autopilot sensitivity. No, but I changed the actual force. That might have had something to do with it. Waiting for it to reconnect. We're connected. I think that did it. All right, yeah, we're back. So we're connected and it's not doing it anymore. Cool. It just won't follow the yoke though, I think. Because you had something interestingly set in yours. You had do not follow or do not set position, but you also had it enabled. So I don't know what's up with that, why you did that. Man, I don't know what the best view is for the 7.4. Ooh, that's kind of a cool shot. Look at the blue water today. I feel like we should do sunset-ish. Well, we're going to be flying sunset tonight. That's a vibe. All right. I need that set. What do I need set? Let me see. Hasso Basso wanted some Korean jazz. Let's see what we got on the Sound Studios today. AI gets a lot wrong. They don't know taxiways and gates, for instance. Best they can do is guess. Yeah. I'm really personally not interested in Beyond ATC, because if I'm on a network, I just want to be flying with Team Vodka, whoever's in the chat. That's really it. What do we got? Some jazz as we go down to Gitmo. Let's do it. Perfect. Don't set position in autopilot. Yeah, I have that checked. But the buttons above that, Team Vodka, you had enable pitch and roll in autopilot, which you shouldn't, right? If you have those buttons set, don't set position in autopilot, it shouldn't follow the autopilot, but it was following the autopilot. They should connect VATSIM and IVEO to Beyond ATC to seamlessly take over when there's no live coverage. That would be that's an interesting take on it, aerodynamics. It has to be enabled. Why? Mine's not enabled right now. And it's working just fine. Oh, I forgot I was in that view. Uh-oh, now I just messed up my... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, right now it's working just fine, Team Vodka. I have that don't set and we're good to go. I won't link the autopilot to the external hydraulics. Well, it seems to be working. Made my day with some Korean jazz, sipping some tea. Any word on moving back to Texas? Hey, Ron, good to see you, man. Not officially yet. It's possibly still happening. We'll see, man. There's just so much going on. There's so many different angles I'm attacking, so many different things right now. So everything's kind of up in the air. But we'll see. We'll see. Of course, I will take live VATSIM over beyond ATC, but I'll take beyond over Unicom. Yeah. Uh-oh, is that in our flight plan? That seems like a steep roll. Where are we going? That seemed like an aggressive roll. All right, so this is what's interesting. We have to cross Bygone. My numlock's not working. We have to cross Bygone at like 18,000 feet. What's that going to do to our TOD? It's going to move it way back. So here's the deal. So there's a couple different ways you can get into Gitmo. But the old method, I posted a video in the Discord of basically the real procedures of getting a commercial aircraft in there, because they did run commercial operations into Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. For those that are unaware, basically it's a military installation. And when I say commercial ops, I don't mean like passenger service to Gitmo, but charters, Evergreen, National Air Cargo, UPS, etc., government-sanctioned charters. And then obviously all the military aircraft going in and out of there. So there are procedures to get in there. And the biggest obstacle is you do not want to overfly Cuba, and you do not want to fly into Cuban airspace. So the way the airport is laid out, you got runway 10 and 28, and it's right there on the coast. The ideal method is landing on runway 28. Let's pull up the Navigraph and let's kind of do a mental brief of this before we get down there, because it's kind of interesting. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's go mug 'em. Do we actually have charts? I guess you could. Oh, here we go. Look, caution below 195 for turn at East P. I guess you could fly this arrival. That's actually a flyover, so maybe we should do it. Let's actually fly as we have the waypoint. You got to remain 6 miles off. Surely there's no approach published. Oh my gosh, there's approaches published into this? I didn't know we had any of these. We're VFR though. We can't do a TACAN Bravo. Copter RNAV, that's awesome. High TACAN Charlie, we can't do that. We can't do that. VFR arrival, that's all we can do. Let's pin it. So East Point, South Point, and then basically straight in and make a tight left turn. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's fix the box. No, we have that. East Point, South Point. We do have that set. Good. I left it. We'll be Bygone at 18 thou. Let's put this into plan mode here. We'll zoom it down and let's step through this here. V1 Lake Lewisville is missing you. Tony Toga, dude. Don't get me excited about Lake Lewisville. I miss that lake, man. I thought I never would miss it because I hated it when I was there. Not really. When I first started fishing Lewisville, I hated it. And then I grew to love it. And then it became my home lake, and then I absolutely killed it. But yeah, I miss it, man. I do miss Lake Lewisville. I just fished that tournament up on Lanier here in Georgia, and man, it's like you see, like a 20-pound bag wins it. It's like, oof, it's not Texas anymore, man. Texas, you gotta have 3 20-pound bags at least. I fished a tournament shortly before I left. Me and my partner, we had 24 pounds, and we got second. So I miss Texas fishing, man. You get me on a rant. I just bought a bunch of stuff today. I was buying some tackle this morning before the stream. Anyway, Tony's going to get us off topic here. All right, East Point, South Point, and then we'll go straight in, and it looks like we have an extended fix. Yes, we do. Runway 28. Cool. Let's take a look at the weather. So I'm going to leave that up for now. Let's go back here. Let's take a look at the current weather. Is there scenery for Captain Chemtrails? There's not. Not that I could find. I think somebody was making one. I came across a forum post where someone was trying to update one, but it's nothing that I could find. Now, I will say that if you fly, well, you can't really see it from this page here, but like if you're coming in on runway 10, the big deal is you don't want to overfly the Panama, or I'm sorry, not the Panama, the Cuba border fence, but there's 2 fence lines, and you can actually see that in the default sim. So you have like this big road, which would, I guess, be the default Cuban boundary, and then you can see where the secondary fence line of the base would be, and I'm guessing that's what paddle is here. So you have to stay over the water until paddle, which is just basically inside of the fence line of the base, and then you come in over land, and you're still at a pretty good offset. I tried this in this airplane, and I mean, I rolled it on, but it was tight. So I can see why they push big for landing 2.8, because you have a much more room to be stable out there on final coming in over the water. And again, that's why I saw there were some procedures where you can get tailwind waivers. So even if you have a tailwind limitation of 10 knots, you can get a waiver up to like 15 or 20 knots, depending on certain circumstances of your airplane at that time, like weight and runway condition, etc., and land with an excessive tailwind, so you don't have to do the 10 approach. So yeah, my buddy said he landed he was in the 7.5 from National, and he said they landed there all the time, like 15, 17 knots tailwind on runway 10, or I'm sorry, on 28. All right, so that's all good. That's good. We don't need any charts. So we're pretty much set up. So all we have to do then is make sure we hit, I put 18 at Bygone. That's fine. Below 19.5 will be VFR. And what you can do is you can technically go VFR from East Point across. You just have to maintain 6 nautical miles off the coast of Cuba until entering the Guantanamo Bay airspace. And then what they used to say, I wish there was a ref. Is there a ref? I'm sure there's probably no ref chart. This is as close as we got. So there's a couple of videos of C-130s. I think it's a C-130. And then I think there was also I can't remember what airframe it was. It was a big one. And he's like, yeah, you basically fly, you come in right here. You go over the tip of this landmass. That's what he was saying. And then you make that turn. So it's okay if you cheat and hit a little bit of this and turn in. VFR arrival, departure. East on 195. Exercise extreme caution, runway 10 due to short final approach and prevailing crosswinds. The last I checked, it was out of the north. Let's see what we got here for weather. 120 at 12. Ooh. 120 at 12. So we're going to have a quartering tailwind. Oh, yeah, here. This makes sense. So you're going to come in right through here. This is leased territory by the United States. So yeah, you can cross this island here, or not island, but this peninsula. I guess we'll try for 2.8, and if the wind is too excessive, we'll go around, we'll do an immediate left, and then try to recycle for the visual 10. Or should we just try 10 for fun? I don't know. Let's look at the VFR for 10, South Point. Basically just go straight in. You'd probably have to load in the RNAV for 10. We'll check the winds at Bygone. When we get to Bygone, we'll get an updated weather. We'll check the winds, and then we'll make a decision. Because I don't really want to crash on stream either. All right, so we're getting close to TOD because we got to get down early. What add-on is this? This is the 748. This is default 748 Microsoft Flight Sim. Fried chicken dinner the night before you move? Wingnut. Dude. So we went for the first time, the wife and I, we went to a Bojangles. Never been there before. We had 3 screaming kids in the car. We just got out of Costco. And we were going to go by Bojangles. I'm like, well, let's go by my oldest. She's like, I want to go there. I'm like, okay, let's just go there. I've never been. And I was like, being a southern experience. Man, I tell you what, it's actually pretty good fried chicken. Pretty good fried chicken at Bojangles. Not good for you, I can tell you that much. Oh, I just nailed my yoke. Are we still connected? Yep. Wasn't there a DC-8 that crashed making the hard turn? I think so, Dylan. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Thanks for doing serious homework on this flight. Hey, I tried, Delta Tango. Here, I'll post a link for y'all. You can watch these 2 videos. I mean, we could probably watch them. I mean, this guy's got 23 subscribers. Oop. I don't want to get us copyright strike. We won't take it from him. But here, check out this video. And there's actually, that's not, I don't think that's the one of the cockpit view. That's just a briefing. But there is a cockpit view one if you just Google it. I think it's a C-130 or something landing there. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Oh, I do love a good Costco run, Swarm. There is a ref chart in the purple section. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, well, I'll be damned. Look at that. Right in front of my face. Look at this. So this is what we're looking at. Won't look this cool, unfortunately. But yeah, so I've seen what they do here for 2.8. They come in here, they just go right over this, and they line up. Almost kind of like your LaGuardia 3.1. I'd say that's kind of comparable. But going the other direction, spicy. Short final, proximity to Cuban airspace. Runway uses right-hand traffic. The only available public straight-in is RNAV. Vertical guidance PAPI 3.5 degrees, so it's a little bit steeper than normal. Lowest takeoff min for this runway require a minimum of 306 up to 2,800 for climb gradient. There's 2.8 when you're straight in. Southeastern coastline of Cuba. Caution, instrument approach procedures are conducted in uncontrolled airspace. No IFR service separation is available. Only VFR flight operations are authorized within the Havana FIR. All aircraft should remain east of the high-intensity strobe light, which marks the western boundary of Naval Airspace Reservation. Higher landing minimum special missed approach procedure designed to allow for clearance of high terrain near the airport. Runway characteristics may because it becomes slippery, one wet, probably not grooved. That's pretty cool. I didn't know we had the ref section here. Yeah, this is where you can kind of see, I think, what I was talking about. So, like, you can see this fence line or / road, and then you can see this. It'd be cool if someone made an actual Guantanamo Bay airport scenery. I don't know what access you'd gain for references, but I'm interested to try it out. We gotta start down here pretty soon. We'll set 18 thou. Nice chill music until we get, we'll actually set 17.5. But as soon as we start to descend down, we'll zip it up and get ready. You're landing runway 10, Team Vodka? Alright. If you look on Google Maps, you can still see the old airfield. That's pretty cool. Bojangles is my wife's favorite chicken place. I tease her every time I'm in Atlanta on the T concourse. Nice, man. Yeah, dude, it was good. I gotta tell you, I'm straight honest, it was good, man. And the biscuits. Man, those biscuits give Popeyes a run for their money, too. Your rooster needs to keep its head down. Hey, well, you know, one of them, definitely. Tex, he's our main rooster. He's good. The other rooster, Cockerel, he's a real pain in the ass. He's got an issue with his leg right now. I'm kind of hoping natural selection will send us a nice hawk and just pick him off. Got to get this girl on the ground. LSU baseball plays at 2. All right, man. I'm about to be starting down. Rooster does taste good. So I learned, I don't know if this was my sister's messing with me, but is it true that most of the chicken that you see in stores they're all roosters, right? I didn't know that, but it makes sense because you don't really need male chickens for anything. They just reproduce, and female chickens lay eggs, so it would make sense to eat male roosters. So are all the chickens in grocery stores males? Are they roosters? Watching from Fountain Hills, Sim Famous. Ah, man, I know Fountain Hills well. I used to frequent Fountain Hills way back in the day. That was where all the cool kids went. Like circa 2000. I'm told rooster tastes like chicken. Such a... Never thought about it. Mind blown. See, we we have serious discussions here on this channel. Now you know you're eating roosters. They are lab-grown GMO. All right. On that note, we're starting down. After this song, we'll turn it up because this song's kind of a vibe. We're on the way down. Unicom 22.8 is up. No airspace is online. Let's change it in the box to be 10. Actually, let me do a quick update on the weather. Let me refresh it. Oh, it's 57 minutes old. Come on, refresh yourself. Can you force a refresh or no? Wind 020 at 11. But when I go to the ATIS, there are no ATISes available. $120 at 12. Should we try it? What the hell? Let's try runway 10. All right. All right, approaches. We're going to change RNAV 10, South Point transition. Now this might mess up our box here. Let's double it up. Oh wow, we even have airspaces on our... That's cool. We're going to need terrain on. I wish there was a map we could have. Let me go back to the legs. Insufficient fuel. Yeah, because it probably has us doubling around here. Yeah. So we don't need this bygone. We don't need this east point. We don't need that south point, but we do need Cubma. So we're going to go like that. We're going to execute. Insufficient fuel. There we go. That'll fix it. 11.6. Because we got to go VFR. All right. Wind it down. Let's pause the music for right now. If I slam it into the ground, the winds were wrong. All right. Came to the channel, learned something about 320s. Now I know. Now I know. Oh, Dave. Oh, Dave. My jet subscription ran out. I have to use those sad FAA charts. Uh-oh. I can't get myself to spend another $230 plus 4 flight. I hear you. Rex. It's expensive, man. Now, what you eat in grocery stores is hens, I'm pretty sure. There is a certain breed that grows real fast, lays few eggs. Interesting. I know they do have, yeah, so I know there's like meat birds and egg birds. We're getting 9. Anybody live in South Georgia and want some farm fresh eggs? Because we're getting 9 eggs a day, and I don't. We either have to do something. We have to get rid of some of these chickens because we are having a lot of eggs. All right, is it just me or is the sim? Are we starting to have dark cockpit problems? Is it my monitor, or have you guys noticed this? I feel like this cockpit is extra dark right now, and everything is all the way up to bright. I've noticed this on the Aero. I've noticed this on the ATR. Is my monitor going out? But even if my monitor was going out, you should still see it pretty bright, right? I feel like we're having dark cockpit thing. Overspeed. Oh, good night. We are overspeeding. Why are we overspeeding? All right, so really we got to be 19 by East Point, so we're looking good. You've got it too, Vega? FedEx some to Fort Worth. Might be bringing them back to Fort Worth. We'll see, my man. If you drop the visors, will it balance? Is there visors in this one? I don't think there is. I don't think you can use visors in this airplane, right? But yeah, I just feel like it's dark in the cockpits, and we never used to have that. Or like the eye adaptation is extra strong. All right, there's 18,000. Squawk VFR, which is over here. We're going to squawk 1,200. All right, let's do a little flight level changer down to 17.5. We're also going to slow down. Let's change the magic barrel ref key 29 or 9 or 6. We'll get the seatbelts back on. Everyone's in cuffs anyway. Use some NVIDIA profiles. I hate using additional stuff. I feel like there's so much already running. I like, because I feel like when we first started Microsoft Flight Sim, there were no dark cockpits, and now whether the updates have changed or what. And it's only in certain birds, though. Like the Fenix is fine. Hell, the Fenix was too bright. After East Point, we're going to descend and maintain 10,000 feet. All right, 10,000 is set after East Point. We will drop her on down. There's Cuba. That was a quick flight at 8.8 Mach. Goodness. Late, but I made it. Tower Ray, what's up, man? Do you ever fly into uncontrolled airports? I do, Joe. I do. And somebody said there's a Ponce scenery coming out soon. Is that right? I'll have to. If there's a Ponce scenery coming out, we're gonna have to go in there. We'll take JetBlue goes into Ponce. Spiritual Wangs goes into Ponce. I love that airport. I love that approach in over the hill. Microsoft is being too serious with the dark cockpit philosophy. Profiles are great. Q8 has a video on how to do it. No performance issues. All right. Thanks, Thrust said. I will check it out, man. I'll definitely give it a... You said Alt F3. I'll check it out off stream. I'm not going to tweak with stuff right now. But appreciate the info, man. I will definitely look into it. Because, yeah, I've noticed it at a certain airplane like this. It's like it's eye adaptation. Because I look out, it gets dark. If I look down... it's fine, but when I look up, it gets dark. And there's no way to do the setting thing, or the visors. I need sunglasses. There is no visor in this, right? I don't see any visor mod here. Because it really looks like we're flying without sunglasses right now. That's what this looks like. If you fly without sunglasses, you're blinded out here, and everything in here is hard to read, and it's dark. So this is realism, but it's too real. I need everybody to just calm down with the realism and let my cockpit be bright here. No more X-Plane streams? No, we'll be back on X-Plane. We'll do some X-Plane stuff. We might do an X-Plane stream in the 319 sooner or later. Turn on the warm and fuzzies. At some point we could turn on. I don't think it's gonna. There we go. I'll turn on all the lights. Turn on the cozies. There we go. My new favorite thing in the flight sim is flying IFR between uncontrolled airports online. Love getting released for departure. Hell yeah, Joe. All right, that's close enough. We're going to do flight level change 10,000, and while we do that, we're going to come down at 250. Let's go ahead and slow to 250 knots. So flight level change 250 to 10,000. We'll use a little bit of speed brake here. All right, so we're gonna do a visual. Well, actually, we have our RNAV backup though, right? Yes, we've got the RNAV paddle. We're gonna configure early. Let me look at the chart. So since we've done a last minute change here, let's go to our actual approach chart, RNAV 10. We're going to stay published as possible. Once we pass South Point inbound, we've got 16 miles here. We're really going to start to configure. I'm going to try to be fully configured Bob G inbound. So we'll probably be flaps 25 gear down at Cubma, or configure that here on this segment. And then Bob G, we're going flaps full, and we're going to try to maintain a visual. We'll have the box loaded up. I'm probably going to just be hand flying it, but we'll have the box as a reference. I'll probably even just turn the flight directors off, but I'll be able to see paddle on the ND here, which should be our safe spot to go over land. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be tight. It may not be a pretty landing. The one I did off stream was pretty decent, but of course it was off stream, so this one will probably suck. But it was still very tight. Like, it was so tight that in order to be straight on center line, my right mains touched down first, because I was still trying to straighten the airplane out. And I touched down smoothly, right main first, then the left main. That's how, I mean, it was at 50 feet and I was still correcting. So we'll give it a shot. We'll give her the old college try for runway 10. As far as mins and everything come down here, let's do a quick thrust limit. We're going to do flaps 30, 139. And we don't really have a minimum, so there's nothing. We could set we'll set a barrel min of like 500. Just to be a ref. Oh my gosh, I hate how it does that. What is there a publishment? It's actually LNAV 640. So actually we do 690. We could put in the instrument approach min. We'll do 690. If I can select 690. Cause, oh my goodness. Do you see this? I've skipped it like 4 times. Please tell me the real 7.4 doesn't do this. Imagine having to scroll your mins in. All right. Yes. All right, 690 set. We're at 10,000 feet. We'll actually keep on trucking. Let's come all the way down to 3. Because we got to be at 3 at South Point. So 3,000. 3,000 is set. We're 250 on the speed. Let's light it up. Guantanamo Bay traffic, Evergreen 357. We're about 50 miles to the east of South Point. We're setting up for a visual runway 10 approach out of 10,000 for 3,000 Guantanamo traffic. All right. I don't need the speed brakes anymore.
Good luck with that, Chief.
Hey, you too. Look at that wing.
Get my pass to go. Traffic FedEx 455 Heavy just past South Point. Inbound for the visual 10.
Look at that wing flex, though. That's that Zippy Zapple, our fake green dot wing flex tweak in the Discord. We have it pinned. Man, the 747 is just a beautiful bird. Highest ground speed I've ever seen. I think it was 680. Or was it 7? I think it was like 680 something. For some reason that seems right. I have a picture a long time ago. I did have an almost record slow ground speed. If you remember, I posted that 222 knots direct headwind coming back down the coast from Boston. Ground speed was 251 knots at 8.1 Mach. Not very fun. 22 knots directly on the nose. Dale, good to see you, man. Oh no, I've missed most of it. At least I'm here for the landing, and my choice won. Heck yeah, Dale. Don't worry, man. After this, if you're around later this evening, we are going to be in the ATR, which I'm loving the 7.4. I love this bird, but I'm just so excited to get back in that ATR. ATR is the best airplane in the sim right now. Hot take. Yes, this is a texture mod available on Sim Market. Randy says, yesterday 3 aircraft crossing the pond went supersonic on the ground speed because of that tailwind. Well, you got to remember, ground speed and supersonic, it's kind of can't really be like That doesn't really make sense because you can't be supersonic ground speed. So, and the speed of sound changes with altitude, right? So the higher you go, the lower the indicated is. I think up at like what, the 30s, it's in the mid 500s, and down low sea level, it's like 700 and something. I don't know. Where's Wingnut? He should know. So it's kind of hard to say they went supersonic ground speed because that doesn't really make sense. You could say that their ground speed was faster than the speed of sound at sea level, but the airplane is still doing like 88, 80, 85. 835 miles per hour. That is wicked, man. That is wicked. Water, you're almost home, my man. You're almost home. Oh, good. We're going to have the, we'll have terrain here. So
Bay traffic UPS 43 down to have the overhead east point, and we'll also be running the RNAV runway. Correction, we'll be running the visual runway 10.
all right, at South Point inbound. Is there any speed restriction? I'm just checking now. But Cubma, Bay, no fly zone, 1 nautical mile, approach conducted in uncontrolled airspace. I'm just double checking the chart here. If we have to go miss, it's a climbing right turn back to South Point and hold, so we'll reassess. This is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool note. Naval airspace reservation. At no time shall aircraft other than public aircraft of the United States be navigated into Guantanamo Bay Naval Airspace Reservation unless authorized by Commander, Guantanamo Bay Naval Base. So unless I can't tell you the truth. What's his name? Oh my gosh, what's his name? A Few Good Men. What is his name? He's the commander of Gitmo. What a great movie. If you haven't seen a good movie and you want to see a good movie with Tom Cruise when he was a baby, look up A Few Good Men, watch it tonight, thank me tomorrow. Wingnut says it's fast, but saying you went supersonic on ground speed is like saying you kissed your sister. Pretty much, Wingnut. Well said, my man. Colonel Jessup. Thank you, Colonel Jessup. So, unless Colonel Jessup clears you in here. Jack Nicholson. That's who it is. Yes. Yes. Did you order the Code Red? Great movie. If you watch this video and you've never seen it and you watch that movie, make sure you come back to this video and leave a comment saying how good the movie was. Or bad. But I have a hard time believing you're going to say it's bad. Pretty sure anybody can appreciate that movie. American, European, doesn't really matter. It's just a good movie. I wanted to be a lawyer after that. Could you imagine? Like that movie will make you want to be a lawyer. All right, we're VFR in a 747, 3,000 feet over the water. Gotta love it. I had a 780 mile once before over the North Pacific coming back from China. Arrived 1 hour early and had to wait an hour before customs. Ooh, yep, that'll happen. That's one of those movies I'm genuinely unsure if I've seen it. Maybe not. Maybe the quote just drilled in my brain. Aaron, watch it tonight. Gotta watch it tonight, man. Gotta watch it. If you have not seen it, you should watch Masters of the Air about B-17s. I have not. I saw the commercial for that, but I never ended up watching it. All right, let me make sure my CLS, yeah, everything is connected normally. Cool. All right, we are 28 miles out at 20:06. We should be there at 20. We got 6 minutes to South Point. That's good. We'll give him enough space because there was an A300 going in there in front of us. So if he has to go miss, we'll be all right. I'm just not that crazy about boats. That's all. You're in the Navy. I know. Dude, good movie. I might watch it again tonight. I might have to just watch it again. Yeah, Water, someone said that. I think it was Wingnut. Yeah, Wingnut says it's not very good. Thrust set. Speaking of waiting for customs, I did a red eye, called it a jungle turn. Basically, you leave South Florida, you go down to I can't remember. I think it was not Guantanamo, geez. Guatemala. Well, it's close enough. Guatemala City and back. And, like, so you do a red-eye turn. So you leave late, you come back,
3 miles.
and you're scheduled in at 6 a.m., I believe. It was 6 a.m. It was either 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. And I was commuting at the time. I was commuting from Miami to Dallas. And there was an early flight out at, like, 6:55, or, like, just prior to 7 o'clock, going back to Dallas. And I was like, oh, I got to get on that flight. So I'm up all night long. We fly as fast as we can to get back into Miami. We land. We figure out customs not open for another hour because of the same deal. We were almost a full hour early. I think we were like 40 minutes early or something like that. So we had to wait for customs to open. And when you come back international, you got to stay with the plane until everybody's off the airplane. At least that was the rule at the time. Now it's different. Now you can just, as a pilot, you can leave, or at least for us anyway. But at the time, we had to stay until everybody got off the plane. So, long story, medium long, I ended up having to wait on the airplane, waiting for customs. By the time I got off, I went all the way to that gate, couldn't get on. I got bumped off last minute, and then I didn't catch the next 3 flights. So I had spent, 40-something hours awake in the airport in my uniform, and then I had to spend another night there, and I caught another flight out in the morning. But yeah, I did a red-eye turn, flew all night, then I stayed in the airport all day long trying to catch a commute back home, and I didn't get on. I think I had like 5 options, and I didn't get on any of them. After that, I was like, never doing that again. Red-eye turn, drop. All right, 15 miles from South Point. Where was he at again? I guess we could run some checklist stuff here. Let's go so it doesn't yell at us. Descent. So recall, auto brake. We're going to go auto brakes 2. Landing data, VREF minimums, approach briefings completed. Approach, altimeters, landing. That's what we'll leave it at. Magic barrel ref key one more time. Ian Woodbridge, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Hey, Captain, sick content. Can we get a Phoenix V2 IE Laksa Retro SKCG to M-Rock? I know SKCG. Is that Cartagena? Shortest runway departure, RMP into San Jose, Costa Rica. Ooh. You know what? We'll have to see, Ian Woodbridge. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Do we have a Laksa Retro? That would be cool. That would be cool. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I'll keep it in mind. Hopefully I'll remember. But yeah, we'll be flying plenty of Block 2 IAEs. As soon as they drop, we'll be flying them. Couldn't you have cut a jump? I tried, Brian. I did. It was one of those days where I was actually bumped to that first. I missed the first one, and then the second one I was bumped out of the jump seat. What'd you say about the landing?
Absolutely beautiful.
Uh-huh. How the winds down there?
You're going to find out.
What kind of pilot report is that?
About 120 at 10 or 11.
Perfect. So it'll be a tailwind.
Where am I supposed to park?
I don't know. You'll figure it out. But yeah, it's just one of those days where I couldn't make any flight, man. It just happens. Rare, but it happens. It just, of course, it happened on the day where I was up the entire night. I was so close to getting. If I would have made the first one. One of the golden rules about commuting is if you can make the first flight out, you better make the first flight out. Because if you roll the dice and go to the second one, whoo, buddy, it could come back to bite you. Because a lot of people miss that first flight, even if it's booked full, especially if it's super early in the morning, a 5 a.m., 5:50 a.m. departure, people will miss it. But then those people that miss it, guess what? They're showing up on the second one, the one that you're trying to get on. And then it's just a snowball effect. If there's any weather, it could get nasty. Rex, yes, this is the default 748. We got some mods, though. We've got a cockpit mod. We've got the South Oak effects mod, although there's really nothing that would produce any effects today. Guantanamo Bay traffic, Evergreen 357 heavy over South Point, inbound for the visual runway 10, Guantanamo Bay. All right, 250 inbound to Kubma. How's our fuel? We're getting a little bit tight. 15 thou. Don't have a whole lot of gas.
I get my fire up FedEx 455. The altimeter is actually 2996.
Copy, thanks. Could you do ATR in Europe? Extreme winds and storm in the UK? Yeah, Europe. We're going to be out west tonight, man. Be out west coast, Vegas. It would be cool to do some ATR ops in and out of Innsbruck, though. Do they do ATR ops down in Innsbruck? That could be quite fun. That could be quite the stream. An Innsbruck flight in the ATR. I don't know if they bring that in there, though. I know they brought the Qs. Q400. Austrian, right? I think Austrian flies a Q400. All right, Cuba's on the horizon. We have to be at or above 2600. So let's set 2,600 feet. We're going to start slowing up right now. We don't want to be screaming in here. Let's come back to 200 knots. ATRPs, London City. Easy mode. I'd rather take something that's a little bit harder to stop if I'm going to go to London City. Like, let's take an Airbus in there. Yeah, Cap, I haven't seen a passenger ATR in a really long. Well, the only ones I've seen are in Miami, man. The silver, the new ATRs they got. Flaps 1. And let's go ahead and level change it at 200 knots down to 2,600, then we'll arm it up. Edinburgh to Aberdeen. All right. That's where didn't we fly the A300 there? We went to Edinburgh. ATR into classic MiGs. Now we're talking, Delta Tango. Now we're talking. I don't think this can do RNAV approaches, can it? All right, 5 miles. Let's come back to 180. Running Airbus speeds on a 748. What could go wrong? Flaps 5. Let's juice up the sounds. We're going to take over and hand fly this approach here. We're just going to be visual. I'm just letting the autopilot manage it for now. What is the altitude reference at Bog P? Bog P is 1900. Paddle is 1600. That's our at or below. Mist is up to 3,000. So I'm going to set 1600 feet here until we cross Kubma. We're 180. We're flaps 5. We're looking good. So there's Guantanamo Bay over there. So the other approach, you would have come in right here, cut this bay and jaunt in. We're going to fly out and then take it at an angle in here. Don't forget about the minefields, exactly. I forgot about those. It can arm approach and you can get FAC and glide path. Maybe we have to be... There's final approach course. It's just LNAV only though. Yeah, so that would make sense. There is no VNAV on this approach. It's a published LNAV only. Light speed, this is the default 748 modified by working title and the South Oak effects. And more right rudder mic textures. Man, that's a mouthful. All right, we need to start configuring. And we are going to vertical speed down 500 feet per minute. And then I'm going to just take command. I'm actually going to take command right now. So autopilot's coming off. Flight directors are coming off. Auto throttle can stay on. Give me the bird. Actually, scratch that. Auto throttle's off. My throttles. Gear's coming down. If we have to go missed, we're going up to 3,000 feet, so we've got 3,000 set. Recording is on, and camera's on. We need to come on down. There's flaps 20. We want to be fully configured here after whatever this one is. Bogey? Bogey? It's probably bogey. Sorry, wingnut. It's bogey. All right, 1,600. We'll go flaps 25. I'm actually going to cut the corner here a little bit. Remember, we're going to be visual here, so I'm going to cut the corner. And let's go full flaps. Spoilers armed. They're not out, right? No. Spoilers armed. So I'm going to stay to the right. So I know I can see. Is that paddle over there? I feel like this is way... Oh, there's the runway. Okay, maybe there's not a fence. I must have come in on the wrong side. I feel like we're way too far out to be going over the landmass. Alright, so we're a beam paddle. Maybe this is it right here. Oh, look at that shadow down there. Okay, fly the airplane. We have replay. Alright, nice and easy here. We're fully configured. Gear down. Why are we climbing? Why are we climbing? Get back down. A little bit slow on the ref. Let's retrim it. We're a little out of trim here. Alright, I'm joining that final approach course. See, I thought this was the fence right here. You see this marking? I thought you had to be over water until that fence, which maybe you do, because it looks like the final approach course has us. Yeah, we're pretty much over the coast. I see. So that is the fence. No, we didn't violate. We stayed over the water. We're good. We're no violation. We stayed right of the course the whole time, so we're fine. This is that marking. Oh boy, this is going to be exciting. Alright, here's our fence line. Now we can bring it in. Our visual, we got to find a way to get lined up here. So I'm going to come out to the left. Man, this profile, flying this airplane is awesome.
500.
Alright, I'm going to let it rock. Way high.
200.
Way high.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Whew, way too high. But we are light, so we... Touchdown zone, never heard of it. That's all right. We got her down. Manual brakes. Plenty of runway. We've got 16 brakes. No, we have Microsoft brakes. Did we get a landing rate on that? That felt pretty smooth. I didn't realize we were that high. I was so focused on getting her lined up there. I can see Fly Live looks bugged out. It was a 313er. Makes sense. Gosh, I'm having such a hard time turning this thing. And the auto brakes don't stay on, do they? When Microsoft ground friction works to your advantage. Where do I park? Well, I think we're too small or too big to go down that ramp. We'll go back this way. Uh-oh. My rudder pedals just came unstuck. Uh-oh. Hold on, I got the tiller on. My rudder pedals just came unstuck on the floor. Have to fix that for the ATR stream. All right, let's stop the recording, though. I want to see that. 313? That didn't feel that bad. Yeah, we were so high. So in the 748, you're supposed to be, so on glide path would be 1 red. So when you're 4 white, I didn't think we were that high until I looked at our altitude. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're like 100 feet over the numbers. So we were definitely too high, but you're not flying 121. You're flying Evergreen International, baby. So we got ourselves an excuse today. What did I miss? I see a couple gifted memberships. Appreciate you. Statui coming in with the 10 gifted memberships to Team Green. Appreciate you, Statui. Very kind. Thank you for the support. And Big Sierra gifting 5 memberships to the channel as well. Really appreciate the support. Thank you both for getting Team Green up here in the chat. I hope y'all join me later this evening in the ATR. Appreciate you. I went over the numbers at 200. Woof. I was hoping you weren't paying attention. Dougal McTavish, the Tui dropped 10, and Big Sierra dropped. I got. Thanks, Dougal. Appreciate you, man. Dougal, hope you're well, my man. Hope you're doing good, Dougal. All right, look at that. We're doing 35 knots, and I thought we were doing 5. We're going to crush this tug like XP72 did. It's like a follow me. He's like, it's a ghost tug. It's one of those remote controlled. Look how far down that tug is. That's crazy. All right. I was hoping we'd see that other 7.4. Oh, we have to, hold on. We have to stop, chat. We have to stop. There's a 7.4 on final right now. We have to watch this 7.4 land. In my defense, there were no runway markings. So, were we outside of the touchdown zone if there's no runway markings? Let me set the park and brake. Oh, that's pretty spicy. Oh, he's wide. He's too wide, I think. I think he's way too wide. Uh-oh. No, maybe not. He's a little bit of an overshoot. Little bit. At least he's not 200 feet high. Is he going to hit the dirt? Don't disconnect now. Don't disconnect now. Ooh. Oh, that's a desync. But he got her down. Nice. That was pretty cool. Slip in the 7.4. Full-blown slip. Just slip it. It'll be fine. All right, we're stuck here. Let's go. My brake's still on? Yep, that's why. The touchdown zone is your heart. We're going to leave the lights on for replays. We don't have to listen to it. We'll try to give this guy a way to turn in here. Actually, we're too wide to sneak behind that A310, so we'll just, or A300. We'll park next to the fuel farm. Don't hit the building. All right. Let's check out this replay. You can do space out to reset camera roll. Oh, yeah. Aaron says, just loaded into the 748. The cockpit darkness is definitely aircraft specific. Okay, Aaron, so it's you as well. It's not just me. Like, this looks pretty good right now with our sun.
Runway base traffic, EPS 43 Delta Heavy, runway 10 vacated.
With our wind to, or with our sun behind us. All right, that makes me feel better. I thought my monitor was going out. All right, here we go. Motel 8, plane for the replay. Let me make sure everything is reset here. I'm actually going to disconnect my yoke for the replay mode because I've found that can get a little bit spicy. So that's set. I'm going to see if I have to add flaps or not here. Let's go ahead and make sure I don't hit re-record. So replay's on. There we go. I got to update that, Team Vodka. Zoom it forward. Okay, so this threw me off. It threw me off because the approach, the line for the approach was way over here. I'm like, that's too soon to be over the land. So I got a little bit distracted with that. I could have done much better on a straight up visual. Because when I did my practice approach, I just flew, I cut this whole corner off. I came in like right here and turned in. But I guess, I mean, that magenta line, yeah, that magenta line is too far over. Unless this is the border, you know. Maybe this road, oh, how cool is that? Maybe this road is the border, and like as long as you're just outside of that, you're good. I'm sure there's a bunch of HESCOs and barbed wire in real life, so you could really see where the main fence line is. Oh yeah, whoops, thank you. Thrustset says your crosswinds arrived and you love them. Hey, Thrustset, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you love them. You get a lot of good use out of those. I love mine. Look at that view, though. That's actually a pretty good ortho for Cuba right here. Oh, that's a cool. It's a nice beach down there. How's the water? Yeah, it's nice and warm. But it's loaded with sharks. Anybody know what movie that's from? All right, here we go. Here's the main. This is the main fence line right here, I'm assuming. So we are technically still over water. All right, here we go. Now we hit the fence line. You break it in. Oh, this is cool. I want another crack at this approach. This is pretty cool. We're going to have to come down here when there's some spicy weather.
500.
Yeah, we were way too high. I must have started climbing or something. I was slow on ref. I was still trying to dive it down. It was kind of throwing me off. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh, that wasn't a 313. That was just in the Zobo 313. The default airplanes don't have very, like, the default airplanes get bugged out. There's no way that's 313. That's probably like a 190. I don't think that was a 313. Do I know a good budget force feedback yoke? Unfortunately, no, Rex. I really do not. There's not a whole lot on the market. That looks pretty juicy. Looks pretty buttery to me. Oh yeah, that was not a 300. That's just the truck stuff. 7-8 did the same problem. Hold on, let's pause it. Where do we touch down? Let's do flyby cam right here. This will be a sweet flyby. rewind it back. Alright, let's turn the sounds up for this. Captain Chemtrails dropping a $20 super chat. Thanks so much, man. Very kind of you for a $20 super chat. Thanks for the spicy entertainment today, V1. Hope the commuting gods stay kind to you. Captain Chemtrails, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the support here on the channel. Hope to see some content in the future, man. I've been checking back on your channel. I've been checking back for some 757 procedures. Stay safe, man. Thanks for the support. We'll talk to you next time. Ooh. I don't know if that was a full 300. I don't know if that was a full 300, but either way, I don't care. That just looked awesome. It just looked awesome. Let's do like right here, almost dead center view. Yeah. Maybe. Okay, maybe it was 300. Oh, man. All right, y'all. All right. I'd love to do more. Actually, I wouldn't mind flying this approach again. But that's going to wrap it up, yeah, for us. Because we got a second stream coming at you at 5 Eastern. There's some flap action coming in here. I love it. All right, y'all. Thank you for the support. All these subscriptions, the gifted subs. Appreciate you, Statui and who was the other one? Zachary. Let's see now. Who was the gifted sub? It was Statui. And Big Sierra. There we go. Thank you, Statui, Big Sierra, for the gifted memberships. Thank you, Captain Chemtrails, Ian Woodbridge, Zachary J, and Cypher Wolf. I missed your dono back at the beginning of the stream. You gave me a super sticker. Appreciate the support. Zachary J also appreciate that $10 super chat. Guys, thank you so much for the support. I hope to see you on the next one later this evening. We're going to totally switch gears from big heavy metal 7.4s down to our ATR. Hop on Iveo, fly with me. I think we're going LA to Vegas and back. A real day in the life of an ATR driver circa like 1998. So it'll be a fun one. Thank you all. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm B1. Enjoy this replay all the way into Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. You know what this means. Now we're just going to have to fly out of Gitmo here at some point. Until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm B1. See you.